Welcome back to the channel, investors. My name is Jay, and today I want to talk to you about all the shares Cathie Wood has been buying of SoFi stock this week. She's bought twice, and I'm going to let you know just how many shares she bought, what I think about the fund she's buying them in, and how many shares she owns of SoFi going forward. All right, let's get into it. All right, investors, let's check out the email blast that Cathie Wood sent out this week. She sends them every day of the stocks that she buys each and every trading day. So if you go to her website, you can sign up for the emails and you get them every single day, and you can see what she's buying and what she's selling. This week, she bought SoFi twice, which is really exciting for SoFi investors. SoFi is having a great day today. It's back over $7 a share. So I hope you guys were buying when it was in that $6 range. I currently own around 3,000 shares of SoFi, so I want to let you guys know my position before you hear me talk about SoFi stock. All right. So on the 27th, Cathie Wood added 252,000 shares of SoFi, and then on the 29th, she bought again 200,000 shares. She's buying these SoFi shares not in her ARK fund. That's her flagship fund. Her big dog account is the ARK fund. She's buying these SoFi shares in ARK F. That's her fintech fund. So all of her fintech plays go into this fund. Real quick, guys, I want to show you the ARK fund, what stock Cathie Wood holds in this ARK F fund, and how much of a weighting does SoFi have in this ARK F fund. Let's check it out. Real quick, before we get into what's actually in this ARK F fund, I want to show you the overall performance of this fund. Brought this fund to market in around 2019, everybody, and it's 2023, about to be 2024. So it's been almost, 4 years since this fund's inception, and they're only up 22%. So if you invested originally when this fund came out, you're only up 20%. That's like a 4% compound annual growth rate. And if you compare that to the S&P 500, this fund has significantly underperformed the market in the past 4 years. So I want you to know this going into it before you potentially put any money into this fund. But if you look at year to date, if you bought in January, you're up 73% on the year. So that's a great return in 1 year. But you got to know, these funds that Cathie Wood has are all very risky. When they're doing great, they're flying high. But when the market crashes, as we've seen over the past 2 years, they get absolutely destroyed, guys. So you have to be aware of this going in. So this is a good fund to ride in a bull market. But as interest rates increase like they did before, you got to get out of these funds because they're going to get obliterated. Okay, let's get into the ARK F fund. I want to break down its holdings and where SoFi stands in the ARK F fund. Whenever you're starting to invest in an ETF, one of the most important things you want to look at, guys, is this expense ratio. At 0.75%, it's not the highest I've seen, but it's very high when you compare it to like VOO. That's the S&P 500 ETF, and that expense ratio is like 0.06%. So it is over 10 times higher than VOO. So you always got to take that into consideration, especially if you're going to be in this fund for an extended period of time. The ticker symbol is ARKF, and their net assets in the ARKF fund, a little bit over $700 million in assets in this fund. The holdings are typically between 33 and 55, so they are quite diversified over this fintech platform, but you always got to take that expense ratio into consideration. So no matter how much you own of the stock, they're going to take 0.75% of your total amount invested in the ARK F fund. Next up, guys, I want to show you what's actually in this ARK F fund and where SoFi falls in the weighting. Currently, Coinbase is the most weighted stock in the ARK F fund, over 12%. And for me, I don't necessarily love that. I mean, Coinbase has not been super successful over the last 2 years, 3 years. Crypto has kind of sunk down a little bit. There's a lot of crazy shit going on with crypto right now. So you got to know that going in. So if Coinbase goes on a run, it could be almost 20% of the total assets in this fund. And that's really scary to me. I think anything over 10%, she should start to trim. We'll see if that happens over time. See, Shopify is right around 9%. Square, which is Block, is at 8%. DraftKings at 7%. And then down we go. And she's been buying a ton of Robinhood lately. Like, it seems every email I get from her, she's racking off another 2, 3, 4, 500,000 shares of Robinhood. I don't know if she knows something that we don't know, but she's been buying a shit ton of Robinhood. And she's also been buying a lot of SoFi. So as we scroll down, we'll see where SoFi lands. Okay, here it is, guys. There are a total of 31 stocks in this fund right now. And SoFi's coming in at 22, so it's not a large portion of this portfolio. It's only 1.2%, but she has accumulated 1.7 million shares of SoFi, so that's nothing to sneeze at, especially if it doubles up. So if we go from 7 to like that $15 range, it's going to be like in that 3 to 4% range of total assets. Right now, she owns 4 million shares of Robinhood by comparison, and Robinhood is not as diverse as a portfolio that SoFi has, and I think she's going to keep adding SoFi over time because Anthony Noto, the CEO of SoFi, has said, we're looking at profitability, if not in Q4, Q1 of 2024, so profitability is coming. And if you look what happened to Palantir, guys, once they became profitable and that S&P 500 inclusion is, on the forefront, man, the stock has really run from $7 to over $20, and we could potentially see a $7 SoFi stock turn into a $20 SoFi stock in the next year. I think 2024 is going to be a huge year for SoFi. I think a lot of institutional investors like Cathie Wood are going to start to see the value that SoFi is bringing to this banking marketplace. They are going to be the AWS of fintech. That's what Anthony Noto wants. He wants SoFi to be not only a bank, but really in that fintech space, spreading their wings all over the fintech space. They're in mortgages now. They're doing so many different things. The credit card space. SoFi is getting more diverse by the day, and I think that's why Cathie Wood is continuing to add to her position. And I think in the next couple weeks, she's going to continue to add and get over 2 million shares of SoFi. She's current at 1.7 million, and we'll see if she'll cross 2 million shortly, guys. Let me know in the comments below if you have any questions about SoFi or these ETFs. Shoot me a message in the comments below, and I'll get back to you guys. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We'll catch you on the next video. Peace.